Yeah, okay. My name's Hai, and I have been taking photos and other um, forms of artwork and for a while. For
Mm-hmm.
I was trained as an architect, and then 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, longer than 10 years ago, I quit my job and became a photographer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my work was about the people and the place, so I have to go to the place and to meet people and take the pictures. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of my photos were taken in China, in Alabama, and in New York. Basically, it's a very urban situation, urban setting in a situation, and
Mm-hmm.
very crowded, and or maybe even without the people in the picture, you still sense a lot of human trace in the
Right.
picture. Yeah.
Good. So can you tell me about your current situation?
Our apartment in New York is really small. Everybody knows it's like a 600 square foot. I work at home a lot, and then I have making some photos, prints, and everything. And before the kids, we put in just here and there. But after the kids, it's difficult to store the prints and all the things.
Right,
And
you
we
need more space.
Yeah, and then my wife and I start to look for some storage or maybe studio space,
Mm-hmm.
and then nothing we can afford.
Mm.
And then some friends said that they bought a land in upstate.
Uh-huh.
Then we said, yeah, maybe that's a possibility. We take a look at it, and then we rent a car, we drove upstate, and we look at it. Oh, we loved it, and we said maybe we can buy a house here.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, in May, when I was in China, was doing my assignment, my wife called me in the midnight. She said, we got a letter from our neighbor in upstate, and they are
Mm-hmm.
selling the land adjacent to our current place. It's a
Okay.
14 acres land. And we called him and asked him the price, how much he want.
Mm.
And he told us the price. It's quite cheap already, but still for us and an artist and with the kids, it's still difficult, still gonna struggle with the cash.
Yeah.
So we put a friend. She is a couple. They are landscape architect. Said,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to share this land? Maybe we can co-own this land. And they said, yes, let's do it. And then it helped us a lot. And then we bought the land, 14 acres land. And to me, interesting part is the dimension of time becomes more obvious. Because
Mm.
when you start with a piece of land or something you can hold on for a little bit longer,
Mm-hmm.
so I provide you opportunity to observe the changes
Mm.
over time, like a seasons.
I mean, it's been more than a month since the quarantine. So, well, in terms of your artistic activity, how it's been changing, and then what's your thought about it?
Yeah, for me, at the beginning, I don't know about the other artists. At the beginning, we didn't think that would take that long.
Right.
Or I was still thinking, oh, we just come here to like hide out a little bit, and
Mm-hmm.
still thinking about the previous project have been working on and in
Mm.
the city, and what we can do to travel maybe late of the year. And gradually, I just realized nothing is guaranteed, and probably just fading away. The hope is fading away.
Mm.
And so the first 2 weeks was very frustrating because you try to cope with the situation without internet, without the conversation with the people, and really I just realized I have to plan it for a long term. So what we
Mm.
can do with this nature,
Mm.
and what we can think about the nature can do for us, and what I can do to lead my kids. First project is I did this project was when we bought the land. When we got the land, the thing is when before we bought the land, the owner, their previous landowner told us that we can hike to their land. They don't really
Mm.
care because they are in Long Island. Most of the time, they are not here. And
Mm-hmm.
we took advantage, and we hiked only once because, and then we got lost. And then I was like, oh my god, it was horrible. That was a pretty
Scary.
horrifying situation. It was like almost like a sunset time, and it's getting dark.
Uh,
No idea.
oh, right.
And
And then no
on
reception. So you can see
Yeah,
the map.
I
Yeah.
can make some like with the fabric, a ribbon kind of thing to put on the tray,
Mm,
um, like this to
right.
mark certain area to define a space and
Mm,
also a passageway. I started the first one was in the September,
mm-hmm,
and then October you start to see the leaves fell down and cleaned up a little bit, and you can see a little bit more through,
mm,
and also different kind of trees and that element start to get them together, make it a spatial like make them elements together.
mm.
And then
Oh
the first
wow.
I remember this one was the first snow. I start to see what I had imagined.
Yeah,
I
so the
was
color is really pops up like
yeah, I was a
red
really red
versus
color
snow
and
white.
yeah, and it was and this one was like I think in January or
Is
maybe
it in the
December.
morning or because you
It's
said
I
June?
think in the morning very foggy,
Mm,
and you see that like it's dying, and the red color dyed into the fog was, and that's just kind of the to me I have something to expect
mm,
uh, about the what I had put on,
mm.
and the tree fell down. Yeah,
Oh,
so I have been doing this. I keep going out to document this kind of this installation over time. What had to change with nature
mm,
together.
right.
So this is the it's the
Oh,
woods. Yeah, and this is the woods, and we've been tossed around, and I asked my son to pick it up, and we put it into the wheelbarrow and bring it back
mm,
to our the grass land outside, lawn outside. And
mm-hmm.
actually, my son put this on up by himself. I didn't. I was doing something else, and he put it up. And then that day in the afternoon, like evening time, start to snow,
Mm.
and I took this picture. And in the morning,
Oh, wow. That is really beautiful.
become this. That
Yeah.
make me think of how the nature can do the things and what the time dimension really could be involved
Mm.
in in the installation, the art, also image making.
Right. The shape is changing as time goes by, and then it's comparison between the.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and this one is also we got we chopped it to pieces and to see how
Mm-hmm.
it goes. And my son and I and my wife, we three together put this swallow things, and it becomes like he for him it's like a playground. He's just running in the
I see. I guess he's missing the playing in the
yeah.
playground. Yeah.
This is the same like this picture as was originally at the beginning of this project here was a sunny day and without snow.
Mm-hmm. And the following day it's snowing and
Yeah, it was yesterday morning when I woke up like at 6 o'clock, and it was
mm.
the snow. I went out to take this picture. This same it's a scrap, and they're different sizes, and I put them together to make it.
Oh, that's beautiful. Mm.
And this one, my son made it. To me, I was an architect. To me, it was fascinating because there's no column there.
Yeah, kids are like a genius.
Yeah,
is he really enjoying like working with you with those materials, playing a sculpture piece?
yeah. So like he liked it, and I was quite surprised.
Mm,
I enjoy seeing what he can do
mm,
with the material as well, and that is we have been thinking to make the deck over there, but never had a chance to buy the wood board, and there was like money was tight, and I forget about it, and this time that we have to do it, and we found this sort of plate, and
mm-hmm.
people they bought the wood or some other things, and they tossed, and we dragged it back, and
Oh, I love this one too.
it's this kind of thing I've been working on. To me, interesting because if you compare it to what I did in the city, still had a continuity of it. Is I try to escape of myself.
Mm.
Picture I took in Harlem, in the Bronx, um, is a similar thing. In 2018, I decided to spend to take one roll of 35 mil picture a day,
A
every day.
day, every day. Mm.
Well, yeah, every day. So every day that give me a reason to walk outside to take
Mm-hmm.
some pictures. And at the beginning was quite a random, and then I start to find something I can do, and it's interesting to me
Mm.
that I live in the West Harlem, and I found that go to the Harlem and the Bronx, it's quite an interesting place, very dynamic, and um, not every day's route. So that helped me to go to see what I don't see every day.
Mm.
Yeah. So this is a Harlem.
Mm. So you randomly pick people and then talk to them and then.
Yeah. So every day, either in the morning or afternoon, depends on the schedule of that day, and I just will load one roll of film and then go out.
Mm. Interesting. So you said it's since 2018. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
2018 to all the way to last year August.
Is it still ongoing project? Do you think you go
Uh,
back in the photograph?
no, I've done this and start to make collages and
Mm.
like this.
Oh wow.
And started making collages, and yeah, this is a collage I've been making. It's a
Mm.
three-dimensional. It's still hard to see on the photograph. It's a box, and all these pictures were taped on layers of plastic glass, and I
Right.
slide them in so you
Mm.
can reconstruct the scene. It, it's not is real scene, but not but you give you opportunity to put the scenes from a picture from a different time, different space together to reconstruct a narrative. And
Right. It's really interesting to me that like you're not really perfectly placing the picture, but like a taped and it's layers. So it's just like a lot of negative space that I can um use my imagination and in terms of time and space and people.
right,
So what's the kind of major change since the quarantine?
for the past maybe 2 decades, there were a lot of exhibitions, festivals, and here and there, and art fairs, and
Mm-hmm.
artists that had some opportunity, or at least eager to show work, an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to show work to the public. But now all this opportunity, even we are trying to go online, it's very limited.
Mm-hmm.
That for the photographer or painter or sculptor, nothing physical anymore, and the
Mm-hmm.
screen is so it's not really work, on the screen. So probably it's a good time to think about it for us as an artist. Without an audience, what do we do
Mm.
for a project for this? Maybe for this 1 year, 2 years, there's no audience.
Mm.
What can we do with? Uh,
Yeah.
in the past, the people will ask you why, what series are making, and are you planning to exhibit it? Are you making a book? And how much do you sell it? How many? Now people I hope they will not ask this anymore because
Yeah, there's no exhibition plan.
yeah, for a while, and so making art really is for the sake of for the art, and
Mm.
that's that's quite a I think it is had the opportunity to redefine what art is,
Mm. Mm.
and hopefully what we artists we are doing today and nowadays for this year or maybe next year after the vaccine or everything reopened and normalcy, and the people will look at it and in a better way, and we can say, no, we didn't waste time.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Great.
Yeah.
Thanks so
Okay.
much. Hi.
Thank you so much, and
Keep
okay,
safe and well.
you too.